Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Baz's hair is looking big. He's going to have it chopped off tonight, so my ears are going to be lowered. Yeah, we're back with another beer review. Some of the shit I start my videos with is unreal, isn't it? I suppose that just gets me settled into the video. Anyway, right, we're looking at another one from Trembling Madness now. We've got a Czech amber lager now. Now, it comes in a 500ml can. It's from Vinoradsky Pivovar, and this is their Jantarova, or Jantarova? Yeah, somehow. Jantarova 13. So there we go. Beautiful can. I do love that. Real simple. Love the colours as well. There we go. There's the name. You can see that. Like I say, it's a Czech amber lager, 500ml can, 4.9%. This costs £3.90. From Trembling Madness. Now, I've only ever had one of their other beers, but it was really good. I'm really expecting this one to be good. Unfiltered, unpasteurised. Ingredients: water, yeast, malted barley, hops, saz, and premiant. Never heard of that. And it has got a little chart there. So if you want to pause that and have a read, but I will call it out to you. It's quite big on fullness of body, I'm guessing. Quite big on aroma. Bitterness is medium. Aftertaste is medium. And carbonation is just below average, I'm going to say, looking at that. So it looks really good. Like I say, I've had one of their beers before. Very nice indeed. Don't have one of the branded glasses, but I'm going to put it in that because that looks like a perfect glass for this beer. So let's shut the hell up. Crack her open. And get it down us. Ew, look at that. Proper amber lager, that. Yeah, I was very tempted to get me a Neon Raptor beer out. The marshmallow and like Cocoa Pop bloody... Not Cocoa Pop, but something like marshmallow and Cocoa Pop stout. But been in the fridge, ice cold. So I thought, there we go. I didn't fancy an IPA because I've just done one. So I thought, let's go with this. I saw this one in there. There we go. What ABV is this coming in at? Did I tell you? It's coming in at 4.9%. So there we go. Proper. I mean, to me, that's more of a caramel looking thing, but they call it amber lager. Same sort of shit, I guess. Lots of bubbles going up this glass. It is nucleated. It did say sort of like just below. I would say, looking at the chart, it's saying about 2.5 out of 5, if you like. But yeah, plenty of bubbles going up. Lots of small ones. Lovely sort of, like I say, caramel, amber looking beer. Just over a finger, a compact, slightly off-white head. You could almost say amber white, but it looks like a decent beer, doesn't it? So, let's dive in with the nose, see what we get. I'm wondering if this is going to be something like a Vienna lager. Yeah, and I think it is. It's got that aroma. It's sort of sweet caramel sort of thing going on. You get the hops. The hops are, you haven't got so much of that sort of the spicy sort of kick to it. There's more of that sort of caramel, sort of toffee, sort of sweet sort of aroma in it. You haven't really got that sort of peppery bite. I know the toffee caramel thing you're going to be getting from the malts, if you like, but you don't have that massive sort of kick of the hops in there. Probably sounds a load of bollocks. I know what, you know. Yeah, malty, slightly sweet. You do get that little hoppy kick to it. Smells decent. Is it worth topping it up? Let's dive in. Vinoradsky Pivovar 13. What's it called? Jantarova 13. Cheers. Czech amber lager. Actually, I was thinking that smells like a Vienna lager. Very little similarities in the taste. What I said about the aroma being more like that and not getting so much of the hoppy thing, you certainly get that in the taste. Let's dive in again. Wow, that's got some bite to it, that has. Body of the beer, 4.9%. It's not particularly heavy beer, I'll be honest. Again, it's not light, it's not watery. It just feels like a European beer, if you like. Standard sort of beer at 4.9%. I'm not going to say there's breadiness there, but it's just, the body is just, it's just, give up, Baz. Now, it says on the can here, carbonation is sort of medium. I think that's got a lot, and that's busy, that is, in the mouth. There's quite a lot of carbonation going on there. And I actually find it quite harsh in the mouth. It's quite busy. For me, it's got the carbonation almost of one of the sort of cheaper lagers we get over here, the likes of Carlin or Foster's, when something's really gassy. It's got that carbonation, but the bubbles are smaller. So yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as them, but it is quite rough in the mouth, I'm going to say. Pardon me. Not overly smooth. Smooth as in going down, because it has a nice clean crisp edge to it, but not smooth as in IPA sort of smooth or German Helles lager kind of smooth. On the taste, you're hit with massive hop hit. You really get that Saaz hop in there. That's real sort of, that's real spicy. That's quite, the politest word would be to say that's quite harsh in a sense, because that Saaz hop is really there. It's really got that, ooh, I'm struggling to get my words out today. I don't know how to describe it, but it's got that bite to it. It really has got a big bite to it. For me, it leaves you, it gives you a floral note to start off with. You get the hoppy bite. Oh yeah, that's a fierce sort of bite from the hop. A little bit floral, I'm going to say. Now, whether that floral side is coming from the Premiant or Zinc hop, I don't know. Bitter as hell. It's got a real bitterness to it, that has. It's massively crisp, and it is very clean. I'll give it that. Now, what's the date on this? I'm trying to see the date, but it's a bit hard to see. And I'm looking at the date because it feels so fresh. It's got such a hoppy bite to it. It's got a real sort of freshness about it. And sometimes when a beer is really fresh, it really has that bit of a bite to it. Is it for me? It's a good beer, but I think this one might depend on your taste, maybe. Yeah, hoppy, bitter, floral. Not really any sort of sweetness on the taste. I'm not even going to say you really get maltiness. It's like a big punch you in the face hoppy lager. Aftertaste, not much. It's there. It's like saying half on the aftertaste for me. And the fullness, I wonder if, sure, no, this chart can't be the other way around, can it? The aroma's quite strong. The fullness, I don't think the beer's massively full. The aftertaste, I think, is quite strong, and I think the bitterness is quite strong, and the carbonation. So I don't know whether this chart is arse about face, I don't know. But for me, everything on here feels a little bit back to front. It's not my sort of beer, I don't think. I think it's a little bit too in my face, but there's going to be a lot of people that like that beer. Nothing nasty, a full-on hit of hops, a full-on hit of bitterness, a full-on hit of sort of floral notes. I got to admit, I'm not a massive fan of floral sort of notes in lagers, if I'm honest. I can respect the beer for what it is and what they've done, but it's not necessarily to my personal taste. But super clean, super crisp. And if it's your sort of thing, I think you could knock the arse out of that. But for me, it's a well-made beer, you can tell. You can just taste it. But this one certainly isn't to my taste. But it's a shame, but there's more to get. And I will pick more up as well, because that first one of theirs I thought was fantastic. This one, like I say, I get that that's a decent well-brewed beer. It's just not to my taste. So yeah, Vinoradsky Pivovar and their 13 Czech Amber Lager, 4.9%. Give it a go. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to slate it because it's a well-brewed beer, and like I say, doesn't do it for me. But I would certainly recommend other people to pick it up. You just know it's quality. It's a quality beer, just not to my taste. If you've had the beer before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Waffled on for way too long. See you on my next one. Cheers.